final moments of his presidency, sleepy, creepy Joe Biden authorized a sweeping series of clemency actions affecting nearly 4,000 individuals, many of which were formalized using an Autopen, a mechanical device that replicates signatures. While Biden maintains he personally made all the major clemency decisions and established the standards for eligibility, he admitted that he did not review each individual case covered by the broad categorical pardons. Instead, according to a report from the New York Times, and this is it right here, put it on the screen, please. Staffers, including Chief of Staff Jeff Zients and the White House counsel Ed Siskel, executed the details and finalized lists with last-minute changes processed without further consultation. Viva, what do you think?
Well, I think if you're going to try to undermine the pardons and the commutations, the way you go about it is not that he was mentally unfit and therefore could not have ordered them himself, but that they were done without his knowledge. Yes. Because on the one hand, when Republicans were like, hey, he was mentally unfit, let's go challenge his pardons. I'm like, you realize if you open that door, they're going to do that to Trump and say he was never fit, and therefore we're going to undermine them. If you go to the angle that this was not him being unfit, it was just outright fraud, like fraudulent completion of documents is not a valid document, and he didn't know about it, that's the legal way to go about it, where Trump is never going to be unaware of who was pardoned, who was commuted, even if he didn't sign it himself, because they do have that Autopen. So if it turns out that the staff were actually doing this, unbeknownst to Biden, I guarantee you there's a paper trail. I'd love to do a FOIA request, but see if you do that. This would be the way to undermine them if you wanted to. Like, oh yeah, okay. Did he know? I'm sure he knew that he pardoned his family. Did he know that he pardoned the Jan 6 committee? Did he know? Did they do that through pressure? And they're like, he'll be good with it. Let's do it. There's communications. If it was done fraudulently without his consent or knowledge, they're invalid, and that is the lawful way to invalidate them without opening Pandora's box to questioning Trump's pardons later on.
Do you think he? I know your answer. Do you think he knew? Because I mean, the only signature, only signature was his family. I think you were right. The only actual signature was the one for Hunter.
Yes,
Hunter,
it is.
Correct.
Out of the, I think it was either 25 or 24, but only one of those he had actually signed. That was
because
Hunter's.
His son was like, Dad, make sure, even though he's a junkie crackhead, in my opinion, he definitely was like, Dad, please, or else I'm going to spend my rest of the day. I think he deserves to be in jail for the rest of his life.
I think it's the other way around. It's like, we better make sure we pardon Hunter, because if they do, they're going to ask him questions for the decade of criminality. But the guy had no effing clue what the hell was going on.
Yeah, of course.
But I'm sure there's evidence of him saying, yeah, go ahead and pardon my whole family. Yeah. But then for the others, if it's fraud, it's fraud. They can be invalidated.
Yeah. And Vinny, can I expand on this? Like, because this has many layers, all right? Let's say 4,000 pardons, all right?
That's a lot.
A trial is not free. It costs taxpayers an average between $10,000 and $100,000 per trial.
Yes.
All right. So multiply 100,000, or let's say like 10,000 times
4,000.
Yeah, that's $40 million. Just nobody even checked the things. He just auto-penned them. Like, that's $40 million going down the drain. And this is not all the ethical implications and everything. The second thing is this undermines the whole justice system. Like, what are we talking about? Like, there's lawyers involved, judges involved, like investigation involved, like, and everything goes down the drain with the click of a button. What are we doing, Vinny?
I know.
Like,
but here's the thing: at this point, can't they line up? Because you guys have seen those videos, Rob, online where they take all his signatures and they put them together.
Yeah.
It's the same exact signature. So, and again, going back to my point, what are we waiting for? I know that they're busy. I get it. Trump, I get the administration, but hire somebody. I don't give a shit if it's a special counsel, somebody. We know what's happening. Prove it and then nullify it, because we're waiting. We're waiting for a Fauci to go to fucking jail. We're waiting for Hunter, that scumbag that does cocaine in the White House. I wonder who the hell had the cocaine in the White House. They still were playing that game. All the dealings with China, all the shit that we've had to deal with this crackhead junkie and this loser perverted father. Like, give us something. We're like those piranhas in the water and they're dangling a piece of meat.
Yeah.
Give us something.
Like, stop
We've been there since before Trump announced. We've been there. I've had to deal with all the bullshit, bro, I was punched in the head because I had a red hat on, and it wasn't even a Trump hat. In LA, my career was hindered because I was a Trump supporter, because I was backing this freaking guy. Now it's, fast forward, with all the shit, all the lawfare, the shooting, everything. Now we're at 2025. Give me something. Give me one person. Not gay George Santos. Okay, good. He deserves to go to jail. Good for him. Give me one. If they give me a Fauci, I'll shut up. I'll shut the hell up.
They haven't done one anti-deep state thing. Like, we're starving here versus something, some shred of accountability or some shred of transparency.
Brendan, one thing. And now I'll bet money to anybody that wants to bet me. The investigation round that they opened with Comey and Brennan, nothing's going to happen to them. Zero.
Many of those crimes are going to be statutorily expired unless they argue some RICO conspiracy so they can get past the statute of limitations.
So RICO supersedes your statute of limitations?
If you argue conspiracy, then it's an ongoing criminal act, so the statute of limitations doesn't lapse.
Okay, good.
For perjury, it's 5 years. So 2019, they're lapsed pretty much. In fact, Patel said as much on Rogan. So with the Autopen, nothing's going to come of it. I mean, and nothing's going to come of it just because it's like going to be tough to prove that he didn't consent to it, and he's not long for this world to begin with, so the witness is not going to be there. But I guarantee you there's correspondence, like text messages. These people were arrogant enough in their criminality to actually think Kamala was going to win, so they'd have nothing to hide. You could find documentary. I guarantee you, I don't know who would have to FOIA what to say, yeah, man, okay, does he know about it? No, it doesn't really matter. Run it through anyhow. I guarantee there's a paper trail there of that.
What do you think, Rob?
It's interesting. I went and looked because I love the way that Trump has continued to brand this as the what did he say? This is the worst. He said this is the worst scandal in American history. But he's also said that about Spygate, Obamagate, the Russian investigation, the 60 Minutes, CBS edit, the 2020 election. So every time
But not the pedo network.
Correct, not the pedo network, but every time he's like, this is the biggest injustice in American history. You can't brand every single one the biggest injustice in American history. That being said, this definitely is almost, if not bigger scandal than the Watergate scandal. I do believe that,
which is bullshit.
And I think that what we're seeing now, I don't know if this is in this presentation or not, but it was in the notes about Rand Paul now pressing forward with
Go ahead, Rob.
here that he wants to reissue criminal referrals for Anthony Fauci to the Trump Department of Justice. At this point, my question for you guys, would any of us, like, okay, we're upset about the Epstein stuff and we're riled up and we want disclosure and we want the release. Great. Right now, we're not getting that. If they were to pivot and somehow find a way to invalidate the pardon and prosecute Fauci,
great question,
is all forgiven for you guys?
No, Bob, great question. No, but you know what? I guarantee you it'll make people be like, hey, and kind of forget. Yeah. A great question. I would be so excited, but Rob, my word for 2025 is accountability. Period. I'll be like, yeah, hell yeah, but then I'm gonna say, hey, let's not forget about the child pedophile trafficking ring. That is the main, bro. Well, you guys answer it because I want to know what do you guys think that is?
Well, there's 20-something thousand people at the Department of Justice. Why are we acting like it has to be Pam Bondi? Like,
she's the only one.
Like Trump's like, yeah, Pam should handle it. Like, what? She's just going from issue to issue. Like, she has to do every last thing herself. Why can't we do both at once? Like,
20,000 employees.
20,000. What percentage of them do you think are anti-Trumpers? Which would explain why Roger Ver is still being prosecuted in California. Douglas Mackey was still being prosecuted in, I think, the Eastern District of New York.
He's the meme guy.
He's the meme guy. Okay. He got acquitted by the Court of Appeal.
For a meme.
But and why Dr. Moore was still being prosecuted. You know, like Pam's got an impossible job, but that's her job. She's got to know what's going on across the country to get involved and put down. When it comes to Fauci, what really pisses me off, forget invalidating his federal pardon. States can go after Fauci for injury he's caused to their citizens.
Yeah.
Why hasn't a state gone after Fauci for, I don't know, murder, or just call it battery, negligence, fraud?
Manslaughter.
Why haven't the states done it? Why hasn't an international criminal court done it? Federal stuff, you want to invalidate the pardon, then go after him federally. States, Texas, Alabama, Florida can go after Fauci now at the state level. The federal pardon doesn't cover state charges, and they haven't brought any at the state level.
Is it laziness? Or is it at the direction of somebody higher up?
Like, all right, the thing is, and to Rob's question, we don't want the smoke, all right? Like, 'cause the ultimate accountability, and none of you guys will be okay with it, is a full-blown war with fucking China. And nobody wants that smoke. Because Brandon, they released a fucking virus.
With our permission.
It's on the White House website.
Yeah.
That it's a lab leak from China. They stopped the fucking world. They killed my grandfather. They injured a bunch of people. Everyone that got fucking vaccine. So they stopped the world, Brandon. They stopped
it was sanctioned by us, though.
Well,
they didn't do that without our permission. 1,000%, they didn't do that,
Well, us being in the Biden administration.
Fauci, he's small
Biden deep
potatoes,
state.
all right? They finance half of the UN. They have money in everyone's pocket. China is paying everyone.
And we paid for that lab.
Yeah, Alberto, I love it because you're right. When I say Biden, meaning Trump was in, and they were like, guys, he's going to win again. What do? We're friends with China. Bro, this country kisses China's ass. Go ask fucking Gavin Newsom. They kicked bums out of the street so that Xi didn't have to look at them. You want to talk about worshiping? They have military bases everywhere near. They've bought land.
They've got spies in state governments.
Fang.
Yeah.
And to Humberto's point and to Viva's
Demons,
point,
Jake.
Missouri, March 7th, Missouri Attorney General
Bailey, right?
Andrew Bailey secured a historic $24 billion judgment against the CCP for unleashing the COVID-19
$24
pandemic.
billion?
Yeah, but so a state has held China accountable, your point, but they have not held Fauci accountable. Why is that? Why not go directly after Fauci? If the state is now able to get a judgment against China, why can't they take some type of action
It's
against Fauci?
state-level injury. They should be able to. By the way, in all of this, don't forget about the Canadian connection, the 2 Winnipeg Chinese national spies who fled into Wuhan after everything got cooked and disappeared. Yeah, there's...
Well, who are you guys more mad at, though, between China and Deep State?
We don't want the smoke. Alberto, meaning they don't want the smoke because of the trade.
No, because we have to go to war with
No,
China.
we have to go to war with our deep state.
Even if Fauci gets a death penalty, all right, we're gonna do a party and dance around, but it doesn't change anything. We need to destroy networks of people.
You're more mad at China than our deep state, though?
I am more because look, the thing is the COVID thing. Okay, it hit, stopped America, stopped the economy, injured a bunch of people, killed a bunch of people,
And it's gonna keep killing people.
No. And we're being passive. The next thing, Brandon, they keep on fucking around with Taiwan, and this microchips they're making there, Brandon.
We're sending our chips to them.
Well, if that is disrupted by China, we're going back 20 years, Brandon. It's going to be worse than COVID, all right? When COVID hit and they stopped the imports from it, we couldn't even make cars, Brandon, all right?
The thing is, though, anything China does, though, we allow them to do. We've allowed China to get as strong as
This
as
whole
it
country's
has.
in jeopardy.
So here's my question,
because we let them.
Yeah, I agree with Brandon. So here's my question, Humberto. They're not our nemesis. They're not our adversary. They're our enemy. So you treat an enemy as an enemy. We're worrying about Iran and all these bullshit-ass wars. That's the real enemy. So, I mean, if you unleashed, listen, my opinion, China, along with our deep state collusion, they released COVID to get Trump out. That's what I feel in my bones because there's no accountability. They got to do whatever the fuck they did, okay? They made money off the mask and this and that. They were putting out fake propaganda videos. I'll never forget this, guys. Before it started, I started seeing videos of Chinese people
dropping dead in the streets.
Masks, dropping dead, but stopping their fall. And then white vans coming in to start the fear. What is that? What's happening? Oh my God, it's coming here. It was all a fucking done on purpose to shut down the world, get Trump out, get Biden in, who's like this with China. Like this with China. They knew it was all going to come out. The deep state knew it was all going to come out. So their goal was, Joe, get this, keep his old ass in the basement, which they did, and it worked. 80 million votes. I'll believe that when the cows come fucking home, okay? I'm done. So China, treat them accordingly. Humberto, you're our fucking enemy, but we trade with them.
But that's it's like the cancer within our body is the deep state, and then China's like some toxin that's far away that might give us cancer. So if we take care of China before taking care of our deep state, then I think that's pointless.
But here's my question, though. The deep state is deep, Brandon, for a reason.
Yeah.
You don't even know who the fuck they are. They're the ones making the decisions. Like the judges that are doing all these injunctions, those are ones that are proud and I'm stopping the ICE and deportation. But the little ones, the ones that are in the little factions of the CIA, of the FBI, listen, just because Kash Patel is in and Dan Bongino and Pam Bondi, I don't trust any of them. The people that are beneath them, bro, you could be the coach of a team. Your quarterback could be a rapist. Your freaking lineman could be on drugs. Everybody, that one of them could be trying to kill you. You don't know who the hell's on. You said it, 20,000 employees. 20,000?
Well, the FBI's got 33,000.
Yeah, the CIA's 20,000. So, I mean, we need to gut that thing. And, I mean, that's why I'm so disappointed of him. He's not trying to gut it, at least.
The other thing is this. When we say deep state, it's an opaque term. But the bottom line, intelligence has worked with foreign countries to stage operations. So whether or not it's China, on its own, or China in conjunction with intelligence that's using China as a pretext to carry out its political desires in America. The bottom line, I appreciate the idea, like, if it comes out as China, we have to go to war with China. No, you can isolate China, and in as much as it might cause a temporary problem here because we don't make chips and we don't have a bunch of manufacturing technology, that you'll get relatively quick. It is time to decouple from China entirely, and this should have been the lesson of COVID. Like, when we're sitting there, I'm worried about getting asthma medication for my kid, because it's made in China and India, and A, we can't get it, B, they're adversarial, they might cut it off. That's decoupling. And so you don't need to go to hot war with China, but you need to do a hard decoupling ASAP. And this is the good excuse to do it
100%.
while going after those domestically who are responsible for
I'm not
lying
saying
to the people.
We should go to war with China, but if you want to bring this to the ultimate freaking consequences for the damage he did in lives. This one thing is economic damage, another thing is killing people. And once they start, it's the first time a foreign adversary like manages to kill so many Americans. Not just because of the virus, also because of the vaccine and everything on a sustained basis, and we didn't do anything about it. Like, it's unbelievable. And the other thing, like, I think the biggest group to blame is old people. All right?
Yeah, they're a disaster.
They're a fucking disaster. They were so, and that's the thing, they don't have Jesus. They were so afraid to die that they locked the whole freaking country up. And then you see the numbers afterwards on kids. Like, I think it was like 0.01% of kids under 18 that died of COVID.
Of course.
But,
yeah.
Vinny, all these old people we have in power, they're 70, 75, like a strong wind will kill them. They're boomers, and they locked all the healthy people up. And if you see the numbers, now that we're going to talk about it, I'm going to have a field trip. If you see the numbers in Africa, Vinny, all right? Barely anyone died.
Nobody died.
Nobody died.
No homeless people died.
No homeless. Nobody. Well, in LA, they multiplied during COVID. I was like, hey, guys, what are you guys doing? Because they're all...
Here's
not
the,
mine. Yeah,
the thing that I can't stress enough, though, is that China's not something that happened by itself. Like, it's a full-blown creation of us. Like, we injected life and potential and technology to China to create something to justify spending. So, I mean, like, I don't think it's relatively hard to make China much weaker than it is right now. I think, like, the pattern of life is that, you know, we became the power. We try to always, like, create a threat that we could shake down Congress for money for. Like, during the Cold War, we were, like, Russia wasn't even able to make semiconductors during the Cold War. We were, like, giving them the technology to make semiconductors.
Just as somebody to fight?
Yeah.
It's so
It's the same thing with China.
It's the same thing with Bibi Netanyahu sending money to Qatar, knowing that they're going to be funding Hamas, so he has somebody to fight.
Yeah.
And he said, we can turn up the temperature however high that we want to fight these people. It's almost impossible to root out the deep state, but the Brennans and all these pieces of shit, the ones that are out in the public eye, we need to get rid of. But with China, he's right. It's Umberto, it's not a bombing war because that's the end of times. They have nukes, we have nukes. It's decoupling. It's making them suffocate these sons of bitches. And I love this. You know what I love? It's 2025. We can actually talk shit about them without everybody going, you're racist. No, I'm pointing out an enemy of our country. Okay, they're an enemy. Stop saying adversary.
The Chinese Communist Party.
The Communist Party, not Chinese people.
Chinese people, they're beautiful. They make
they're as much a victim of their government as the rest of the world.
They can't say shit. You don't hear any China. Try to talk shit about the president in China. You disappear and your family's in a fucking war concentration camp. That's how it is, bro. Just like in Kim Jong-un. If he walks in your house, I'm dead serious. If the government walks in your house and you don't have a picture of him right when you walk in, bye-bye. That's serious. Same thing with Saddam Hussein. It was the same shit.
I know that sounds bad, but that'd be nice if I had that in my home. Like a shrine to me, and everybody has to worship
when
my
they walk
photo.
in?
Yeah, wouldn't you like that in your apartment?
Oh, yeah, dude. And there's a documentary, Robbie. This is crazy. You guys are going to bug out. There's a documentary of an American doctor because there's what's that eye thing where it's like really white and you can't cataracts or something?
Cataracts.
Yeah, cataracts. Really bad. And these kids are blind. Kids, adults, moms, dads. This guy went to North Korea. They let him go, and he healed, I want to say hundreds, if not thousands of people. And guess what? The moment they got their vision, they saw Kim Jong-un or the father, and they went and they were crying and worshiping and thanking him. The doctor's like, bitch, that was me. But the loyalty, the brainwash is there. But all right.
You won't believe the truth post that Trump just put out on Epstein.
Please read it live.
It's long.
Go ahead.
The radical left Democrats have hit pay dirt again. Just like with the fake and fully discredited Steele dossier, the lying 51, quote, intelligence, end quote, agents, the laptop from hell, which the Dems swore had come from Russia. No, it came from Hunter Biden's bathroom. And even the Russia scam itself, a totally fake and made-up story used in order to hide crooked Hillary Clinton's big loss in 2016 presidential election. These scams and hoaxes are all the Democrats are good at. It's all they have. They are no good at governing, no good at policy, and no good at picking winning candidates. Also, unlike Republicans, they stick together like glue. Their new scam is what we will forever call the Jeffrey Epstein hoax. And my past supporters, past in caps, and my past supporters have bought into this, quote, bullshit, end quote, hook, line, and sinker. They haven't learned their lesson and probably never will, even after being conned by the lunatic left for 8 long years. I have had more success in 6 months than perhaps any president in our country's history, and all of these people want to talk about with strong prodding by the fake news and the success-starved Dems is the Jeffrey Epstein hoax. Let these weaklings continue forward and do the Democrats' work. Don't even think about talking of our incredible and unprecedented success because I don't want their support anymore. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Make America great again.
Wow. So,
Who's support?
That what did he say at the end about us?
He doesn't even want. He just says,
What support doesn't he want?
Listen what he said.
where do I start? Let these weaklings continue forward and do the Democrats' work. Don't even think about talking of our incredible and unprecedented success because I don't want their support anymore.
He doesn't need. Okay, so Donald Trump is saying he doesn't need our support if we're so basically that long ass post that he's not definitely not writing. Somebody else is writing it, but he's sitting there with them.
I think he writes his own.
He's sitting there with the person.
He dictates. He'll say what to say, and they'll type.
And they'll type it, and they'll make it better. What I'm saying is he's not writing it. He's dictating, and they're editing and making the quotations and making it stronger. That's basically saying the Democrats are bringing this about. You guys should shut up because I'm kicking ass as a president and forget about the sex trafficking pedophilia ring that either I'm involved in or my friends are telling me not to fucking pursue. That is a horseshit, bullshit ass. But he keeps fumbling. Just stop already.
That's too generous of a word.
What are you doing?
I think fumble's too generous.
You are like fumbles. I'm downplaying it. You are just shooting yourself in the foot over and over and over. And guys, I implore you all. He doesn't want your support. Choose however you want to support or not. But guess what? Do not let this freaking go. I'm looking at everybody at home. If you're listening, wherever you are, do not let these sons of bitches win. Okay?
What do you do if you're Dan Bongino now?
Fucking quit.
What do you do if you're Kash Patel?
Kash Patel's not a Christian. I'm not. If you have a no, hold on. What I'm saying is, as a Christian, if you're really about that life, Dan Bongino, I'm a Christian. I go to church. You go to church. You know exactly what I'm talking about. For your soul's sake, you quit. I don't give a. Go back to your fucking podcast that you're making millions of dollars, Rob. I'm sorry. You getting a tenth of your money.
You think that audience is going to be there though after this?
No.
Man?
Then guess what? Good for him. Then you quit. Your job is quit. Good. If I walked into a room, Dave, like you were talking about earlier, and they go, "Hey, listen, he's on it. He's on it. Here's who's in charge. Shut the hell up." You know what you do? There's my papers. I'm out. I leave. Salute. Goodbye.
But what do you do? What do you do if you're Don Jr.? I mean, the thing is, they're all. It's on video, and it's not to say that they should be blamed if they made a mistake. If they were wrong, I don't think they were. You know, there's on record Don Jr., Patel, Bongino, everybody never lets go of this story. There's something deeper to it. They're on record. How do you just like literally switch the script in midstream, just like 1984? Like, oh, the new script is in. It's a hoax. Yeah. Forget about it. And they're on video for years talking about it. It's forget A Betrayal to the base, which I think it is, and I think it's an absolute insult. And everybody's going to say there's got to be a deeper meaning for this. He's going to come out at the end and say, "I had to lie to you because I was way of doing whatever." Even that will not be satisfactory. Yeah. For the people on the team, the administration that were brought on there because of their dogged pursuit of the truth of this particular matter, it's got to be a betrayal. But I'm not in their shoes. Holy hell.
No, like, how is it worth it to lose your credibility like this over this topic? Is it that heavy and that damning to, make yourself look like a fool? Because he sounds like an idiot saying
No,
this.
Guys,
sounds-
I think this is more bigger than his credibility. You have
His
to
life?
understand. No, listen to Steve Bannon said this the other day, that this could cost the GOP 30 to 40 seats in the midterms.
This could cost the
And
Republicans.
That's
guess what?
right around
Good
the
for
corner.
them. Good
Oh,
for them.
by
that
taking
they're-
this narrative?
Yeah, but
is
continuing
horrible.
this stance, and it almost feels like it's spitting in the face of the very people that got you elected, because this is a priority for most of the base, the people that voted. And guess what? It's not just Trump's fans that want this. It's people on the left now, too, that are like,
Damn
hey, I
right.
want this. Maybe Trump's in it, maybe it's not, but it needs to be released. This is going to be the stain on this administration that if it doesn't get fixed immediately, this is going to be the next 3 years.
And Robin's
what we
not.
talk
Robin's
about.
not going to fix it. And by the way, F you to all the Democrats, all you pieces of shit. Hillary, Obama, Schumer, Pelosi, because you guys fuck with him so much, now he's gonna play the whole, this is a hoax. This is another hoax from them. Because you sons of bitches did all the fake lawfare bullshit. Now when we have something tangible, something real like sex trafficking, he can just go, this is another one of their hoaxes, which is bullshit because Epstein was around since early 2000s. On the island doing shit. What the fuck does that have to do with Obama and Hillary?
No, if it's a hoax, Ghislaine Maxwell should be let out of jail.
Yeah.
I guess
Immediately.
But here's the biggest issue, Rob.
I'm
It's not
so fucking
It's
mad
it's
right
not
now.
just it's not just a question of like tainting the presidency. If they lose the Senate in 2026, Trump is getting impeached. He's getting convicted, and he's getting removed from office.
Well, then good if he's still taking this narrative.
They've got,
If he's on-
they got a 6 or 7 seat buffer, including 2 independents. They had to go to a tiebreak on the big, beautiful bill. If they lose a reasonable amount of seats in the Senate, he's going to get convicted and removed from office after another
Convicted of
impeachment.
what? Convicted of what?
They can
Anything.
now that they've established it, you don't need to get impeached for a crime. They'll make one up. I mean, they will impeach him. They will convict him this time if they lose control over the Senate. It's like it's being written. It feels like it's being written by a different person.
Well, guess
Yeah.
what? There's no other explanation. Either he's on it or he's protecting somebody that's more powerful than him.
And you
well,
know
what
what?
else is it? Could somebody give me another reason? Why is he doing this? Who is he protecting? Himself or somebody else? Anybody? What?
No,
I think it's almost like spiritual at a certain point. Like
This is fucking bullshit. I'm so sorry. I normally don't cuss this much. I am so livid that he's basically saying to hell with your support. Like, really?
Yeah.
Really?
And,
Really?
and it's bullshit that he's saying the Dems are doing it too. Because like Pat said yesterday, Obama's not saying anything about this,
No,
and Hillary's not saying anything about this.
Brandon,
Comey's
you're
not.
right. None of them are saying shit.
Comey's
because
daughter was
Bill
just-
Clinton and all them are implicated. He visited the fucking White House 11 times. We talked about this yesterday, Rob. 11 guys.
17 actually.
17 times, and 7 times Mark Middleton signed Epstein on. Guess how he died, David?
suicide shotgun to the chest hanging from a tree. Is that
And couldn't find the shotgun. So don't give me this bull. Guys, I'm livid. That really, really pissed me off.
Should be.
because
No,
it
no,
was
I-
kind of like, come on, guys. It's all now to say F your support. I broke that long list down to it's the Democrats. Shame on you guys for keep talking about this. And I don't need you if you're going to keep talking about it.
Can you
really,
imagine,
bro?
imagine to the people who have lost friends,
Oh
lost
my-
family, lost jobs,
Well,
supporting
how about this?
Trump?
How about their kids were the ones that were sex trafficked and raped, Dave? Everybody kind of glosses over the victims, the children. God knows how many of them, because we're never going to find out. Shit, we lost 350,000 at our border. They don't know where the fuck they are. Just yesterday, he goes, we found 10,000. Good job. But there's 340,000 still missing.
Can you get over I just also can't get over the change in support from like some people online where it went from Epstein to if you talk about it, you're the one who supports
Holy
pedos because you're
shit.
impeding with Trump's ability, the administration's ability to fight child trafficking.
Well, like Ben
It's
Shapiro?
it's such an in your face volte-face. I have to digest this because this is why I should not be like looking at tweets while we're doing a show.
No, I'm happy you
it's
did.
upsetting. It's actually upsetting.
Dave, I'm happy you did, because what a shitty thing to say to us.
And not to mention the foreign policy impact this has. Like, who's to say that like Israel's not influencing our foreign policy because of this? Because one of the spies that worked for Israel, Ari Ben Manasseh, he said that Epstein did this shit to get Israel to have influence over foreign policy of us with
Of course
blackmail.
they do. I mean,
yeah.
bro.
So the
it's
war
not
in
a
Iraq.
secret. AIPAC is with every single congressman has an AIPAC representative. The guy's name was Jeffrey Epstein. He was connected to Ehud Barak. Bro, I saw a video of Ehud Barak covering his face with glasses, leaving Epstein's apartment in New York.
Prime
and I saw
Minister.
one with Prince Andrew. With a young girl walking outside.
So President of the United States, Prime Minister of Israel, and the royalty of the royal family in Britain. So what kind of influence does that have via blackmail and all of them?
But you imagine there's a number of ways to spin this, and some people say, well, you're focusing on the Israel controls America. How about if it just comes out that America was using this to blackmail, other nations, prostituting young children out to get compromat on foreigners? The American people might get a little bit pissed off with that.
I got to think that's what it is. I can't imagine. Like, Israel has only been in existence since, what, 1948? How does the United States, as big and powerful as we are in every aspect, how are we controlled by this tiny little place that's barely been in existence? I think all of this is run through Israel, through the United States, and that way we can wash our hands clean of it and go, nope, this is Mossad. And even that they won't actually give us.
Yeah.
But that's the way that they pivot. It's not us doing it. It's Israel doing it, but it's really us doing it through Israel.
That could be a great angle.
They're a proxy, yeah.
How about this? F both of them then. If that's the case, shame on all of them, bro. And again, the only accountability, I'm going to go back to that word, is going to be God, because we're not going to get it here. Guys, I'm sorry. I am sorry to ruin your freaking, what the hell is today, Wednesday? You're not going to get shit on this planet. Nothing. Zero accountability ever from any of these demons.
I'm going to have on Susan Crabtree, who's talking about the Secret Service. I think I'm also getting Mike Benz on tomorrow.
Nice.
And
I love Mike.
Yeah, no, Mike's amazing, and Mike has an interesting interpretation also. Like, if they were only using Epstein for arms trafficking or laundering money, but what they had on Epstein to keep him locked in was their own compromat on him. Yeah, he's into pedophilia, he's into underage stuff, and you'll play ball with us, or you'll go to jail for life. Yeah. Even that, in and of itself, could be problematic from a national security, from a geopolitical perspective. That there's nothing there, lest Ghislaine would not be in jail. If it was only trafficking for Jeffrey himself, well, you got a lot of problems with Acosta saying he was told his intelligence. You got a lot of problem with, where he got his money from, what he did with it, how he was used. And this, it's
horrible.
It's a slap in the face.
So if you like this clip, click right here. And if you want to see more like it, click right here. Stay angry, Patriots.